Justin's hidden pain. The problem with Justin and why he fell and why he only lasted for 1 year was pretty fucking simple. He had so many things bottled up inside that it wasn't even funny. Yeah, he was able to make funny jokes, but now that you look at it, the only thing that kept him alive was those jokes. If you look at all my character profile videos, Justin is the funniest, but he had the worst ending, he had the most embarrassing ending, he had everything from the start, but he didn't keep it up because he had nothing to back it up. And he had to resort to getting other people to keep up his bullshit scheme. And the reason why he feels like shit inside is because every single thing that he flexed on me was based off something that I already did to him. Every single thing Justin did was in repulse of the fact that I was a black guy and I was stereotypical, but I just happened to like anime. I loved white people comedy because it was so different from black people comedy. I grew up listening to Tyler Perry and all this generic shit. Oh, your mama used to beat me, to fucking stupid shit like penis in the butt. I thought that shit was way funnier. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna say that Superbad funnier than Tyler Perry movies. Superbad will always be better than any fucking Tyler Perry movie. You can call me a white boy. I'm not a fucking white boy. I got tired of black people comedy. I grew up with that ghetto comedy. I thought it was so repetitive, it was so fucking stupid. When I got introduced to Justin jokes, I started rolling. But the thing is, because I had such a good moral, is because Justin could not fool me for 1 second, because he was the type of person that dissed me after I asked a question, after I was being a good person. Even though he made this shit funny, it came from the fact that I felt like there was a secret jealousy that he had for me the whole time. Like, why are you so cool behind the scenes, but whenever you get in front of your friends, you literally just start roasting? It literally got to a point where Justin's roast lost its meaning. I'm gonna make a future video of Justin and why he wasn't all he was cracked up to be, but his hidden pain was way worse. In the inside, he's suffering from someone who is literally being outsigned by a special ed kid, and he's relying on stuff that the special ed kid doesn't know in order to get over him. Yeah, Eris may not be good at roasting, but if he practices for a test, he's gonna do better than Justin because he takes it seriously. That is literally, roasting had to become a skill. You can't call someone retarded because they don't know how to roast when he's always treated people like good people. This is why I couldn't make any good jokes when I was getting capped on, because they're forcing me to be creative out of nowhere, just like telling me you don't know how to catch a football. The more and more Justin made jokes, the more it lost its fucking meaning. Like when me and Edward made that scheme, when I called that gummy worm a penis, he literally shook it in the fucking air so that it doesn't fucking move. I'm like, dude, you're holding that fucking gummy worm so it doesn't move. The real reason why Justin went all out in jokes, and the reason why he kept on picking on me that I was a special ed, the reason why he was so surprised that someone taught me how to fight, was because I wanted to get better. I wanted, and the whole thing with him and why it sucks is because so many people shunned him off screen and never gave me the credit, because Justin went out with Chantel. Justin proved that he was a equivalent shinobi, but he proved that he was a equivalent shinobi to a gang that was just some little puppies. All they're doing is barking. There's no action behind it. And the reason why is because they contradict themselves by saying that I should fight the tallest Indian guy in school. Then they go saying shit like, oh, you would fight a girl. No, it doesn't add up. I'm not scared to fight Justin, and he's trying to say that my autism is the reason why I can't fight. Well, if you do your research, autistic people are one of the strongest people in the world, and they have superhuman strength, and they know that. That's the real reason why all that shit saying that I don't know how to fight is when he resorted to use a weapon over someone who was shorter than him. We live in a world that only looks at Justin's feats like, oh, he had a girlfriend named Chantel. Oh, he has the element of surprise. Oh, you're just a special ed. You're hyped off sugar. You don't know about the conversation. Justin won on the outside, but on the inside, he felt defeated because he has so much conditioning. How can he get defeated by an autistic kid? Try to call him retarded, and literally, he says thank you. that forever shunned Justin to a point where he felt like he needed to run up on me. That's why he tried gaslighting me with Hollywood Undead. That's why he tried gaslighting me, trying to say that you don't know how to get a girlfriend when your girlfriend is a school slut. Your girlfriend is a school slut and you're trying to flex on me. Now, everybody knew Chantel was, at the time they called her a bitch. I'm not trying to take shots, but literally, Chantel was the stereotypical girl in school that did not give a fuck about your feelings. So you let her beauty do everything for her, and literally, it disgusted me. And the fact that Justin feels the fact that he can flex on me with literally the stereotypical school slut, no, it's fucking over. Like, he couldn't get any girl ever since then, and it literally just, it didn't drive me crazy. What it was he started making excuses that the girls that I was dancing with were ugly, and it came down to a point where it's like, I now realize the only reason why he went out with Chantel was because Chantel did not want to deal with a handsome guy like me that asked questions. Because Chantel knew me when I was in 7th grade, and she had the same mentality as Max Chance when it comes to, oh, this guy is so hot. Why can't he just be normal like everyone else? Oh, I finally get to have Justin and Eris. The real reason why Justin was literally fucking sent there was to prove the point that you want Eris to be like that? You want Eris. This is what happens when you get everything you want on the pie. It's a fucking Disney fantasy. This is everything you want. Justin was not bad looking. I'm not going to disagree with that. But the problem was he was a douchebag. He knew how to make jokes. He has everything that beta male providers are today, just making jokes. You can't pick on an alpha male when you're a beta. He tried to run up on someone who had his own personal goals, own personal dreams, where all he did was talk shit. And just because he had a bunch of followers, what happens when you lose that? What foundation do you have for yourself when you lose it? There was this one time where me and Justin had a conversation about how many bitches he was fucking freshman year after I become the most popular dancer at my high school. And I'm all like, what happens when you graduate? He's like, well, we're fucked. And you see, he had this mentality, it doesn't matter, I'm gonna fuck as many bitches as I can, I'm gonna do this and that, and God can't stop me from killing my own life when it comes down to it. I've lived a full life, so it doesn't matter if I get fucked over at high school, I choose when I die. No, that's God's choice. A lot of people grew up like Justin. It doesn't matter that I treated someone bad in the past. Karma doesn't catch up to me. I just kill myself before karma catches up to me. It's literally Justin's mentality. But God kept him alive. Literally kicked him out of normal high school his freshman year. Got fatherized by the same special ed kid he was making fun of. All because he didn't want to treat me like a privileged shinobi in public. But literally did behind the scenes. And I knew that the day he kept on making excuses for why I never have feet, why I'm still in special ed. There was this one time where he compared me and Max Chance. I'm like, why is Max acting like an asshole? He quit Boy Scouts to play hockey. And Justin's all like, hockey's badass. And that is why you will stay in the same fucking loop. You would rather get injured playing hockey than help an old lady across the street. It is because you are afraid to go down that corny path, which is when I got the most bitches, by the way. A lot of people have this running gag that, oh, he is so fucking corny. And because you're so corny is why you can't pull bitches. When I was corny is when I pulled the most bitches. When I started acting hood is when bitches would start to get gorillaed from me, metaphorically. Like, guys would pick them up in cars and try to take them away from me so I could never see them. But when I was acting like a square, I had the most bitches because it came off more natural. They can tell I was more excited about being with them instead of literally something I was pretending to be I'm not. Because I asked. All I had to do with these girls at the dance was ask, do you want to dance? I didn't have to make a joke. I didn't have to do this and that. I didn't have to do none of the dumb shit Justin was doing. I didn't have to pick on a little kid. All I had to do was ask. And Justin's doing all this and more to pick on me. He's wondering why he didn't last longer from freshman year was because he was worried to using a baseball bat against a special ed kid. And then he has the audacity to say that my autism is not a challenge, that I am uncoordinated, saying all these scientific supporting factors while actually living through the fact that I was never scared to fight him. Excuses after excuses after excuses, saying that, oh, well, boxing isn't like swinging randomly crazy, right? And so I'm like, Justin, just let's go. He's like, you have to work in your fighting stance, right? I'm like, Justin, I'm already ready to fight. He's like, boxing is crazy, right? I'm like, Justin, why do you actually try fighting me instead of just talking about it? And he's like, Eris thinks he knows how to box. And that is why, if you want someone like Justin, that is the end result.